Hey, afternoon. There we go. We have any sound? Bonsai, Naomi, you guys recovered from last night, huh? All right, let me turn this around so you're not looking at concrete. Excellent. Hey, RG. Hey, Gamaholic. Better? Better. Bye. So, my mouth started writing checks that my liver is going to have to keep cash today. So, Bonsai did his 3-year anniversary last night. He did his 3 shots. Suffered the Asian side effects. He invited Naomi on. She survived. They invited Lucky Beach on. And I was just kind of tossing in some bombs from the sidelines, making remarks. I thought I was going to get away with it because every time they started talking about which channels they wanted to challenge next, I would just kind of shut up for a few minutes. But Jokerz Realm caught me at the end of the stream, so you got to know when to keep your mouth shut. And so here I am. We're in Midtown Manhattan at the outdoor plaza here. What we're going to do, I'm going to just walk over towards 9th Avenue. There's a lot of outdoor bars that have opened up the past couple of weeks, so we're just going to hit 3 of them, and we'll let the chat, maybe famous last words, we'll let the chat pick the shot. How about that? Hey, Lori, how are you? Okay, so let me turn this around. Slight Asian glow. Luckily, I have the mask to hide it, so that's all good. Okay. So, let me hold the camera up so you can take a view of the surroundings here. It's a nice day for June. It's about 75, not at all humid, so hopefully we don't lose the reception. Yeah, as we're walking, I wanted to tell you that this isn't this 3-shot challenge isn't the main thing that I did today that threatened my health. The main thing I did today that threatened my health is that I took the subway for the first time in 3 months. So pray for me. Please. Naomi, don't forget what I did. I don't think we forget, Naomi. Did Bonsai take the video down, or is it still up there? Oh, Lord. That's right. Lori, $20 super chat. That was completely unnecessary, but thank you. Shots. Okay, well, Lori, you get the first call. So we could either go to the ice cream truck. It was a great stream, Jessica. It was just amazing. It was a lot of fun. You missed out. So this is 9th Avenue. We're in Hell's Kitchen here in the 50s. You can see this was completely deserted about a month ago, but life is getting back to normal slowly. Hey, Slotty Math Teacher, thanks for joining us. Just in time. Okay. So I did some scouting. Some neighbors told me that those people there, that bar there has the best margaritas around, the stiffest margaritas. That place always seems busy, so maybe we'll start there. A few blocks up that way, there's a mezcal place, so maybe we could take some mezcal or some tequila there. Then we'll chase after the ice cream truck. And then there's a Brazilian place right over there. If I can zoom in, you can see the Brazilian flag. Maybe we'll get a caipirinha there. We'll do that, Naomi. He kind of goes around this block for about an hour every day, so we'll catch him. Hey, thanks, Bonsai. Okay, Lori, so, well, that place looks like it has a line. Why don't we start over there? James Airy, $1 super chat. Bonsai, $5 super chat. Hope you're recovering and you're not hunched over the porcelain throne, my friend. Shots and ice cream don't mix. Well, I just finished a lunch of a wasabi Caesar salad, so I'm really rolling the dice here. Yeah, Bonsai, congrats on your 3-year anniversary, sir. What's more success coming your way? Okay. So Lori, Naomi, James, and Bonsai. Whoever speaks first can call what the first shot is here at Rancho Tequila. Exactly, RG. Hey, Yolanda Roy, how are you? Yeah, so you know, I figured either I could just do it at, I didn't want to do it at home. Either I could just try to not get arrested and do it up in Central Park, or, you know, maybe we can help out some of these local businesses here that just reopened and show a little bit of the hood. And have some fun in here and see what we got. All right. Too bad we got to do shots, right? Those margaritas look pretty good. House Tequila. Hey, T-Town, how are you? FNS, how are you? Yeah, I know. I'm so hood. That's right, RG. Okay, so Lori, do you have any idea here what you want to do? What kind of torture you want to put me through here? Sit here, FNS. So I think Lori, James, Bonsai, Naomi, one of you folks can, Don Julio. Yeah, I know, no house tequila. Exactly. That's great advice. That's advice for living there. Don Julio. We'll do that. Go ahead, please, go ahead. I'm right now. All right, appreciate it. Hey, how are you? The chat here is telling me to get a shot of Don Julio. If you guys can do that.
A shot of Don Julio?
Don Julio.
Okay, the shot of Don Julio is $14, okay?
That's good.
That's fine. Okay, that's it?
Yes, sir. Lori is class. She has class. I know, right? $3? Who knows what's in that, right? FNS is probably... It's probably Bud Light that they just left sitting out in the sun for a couple of weeks, right? For $3.
Let's switch tonight. Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Let me move to the side here. Oh, see, they got something nice and frozen. Now that's what you got to do in the summer here in New York. No, Lori, don't worry about it, please. It's fine. I'm happy to. I'm happy to, you know, support the local businesses. That's right, James.
Make sure you bring your mug. And I was like, Mom, what?
It's like one of the things. All right, appreciate it. Okay. Okay, let me not.
Large frozen, that's okay?
Beautiful. I don't know what your mouth looks like, but...
All right, well, there it is.
Cheers,
Just put 20 on that. Thank you. No Rocky Mountain oysters either. No, Bonsai, don't do that, sir. Please.
It's okay, girl. I won't judge you. Kid. Just pretend.
Yeah, that's true. But RG, I should flip it. I'm gonna flip the camera here. Okay. So I think I'm supposed to not.
Very support.
That's me.
Thank you, buddy.
Do you guys live in this area?
Bottoms up.
Oh, okay. So you came down. Is it always like this? Or?
Well, I think it's like more crowded at night.
Okay.
No problem. No problem.
It's like literally like there's a line. Like, I remember one time I came to see a line like this.
Bonsai, I'll say it's sunburn. I think I do turn red at some point. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
We only live like 7 miles away. And there's like no
1 second. Let me. The Asian glow. Okay, first one down. Yeah, Karen, I've lived in New York for 20 years almost now. Okay, well, it can't all be tequila. So why don't we see what else we got here? Oh, this place looks busy. Why don't we walk up the street and we'll just pick a random bar. Huge crowd outside of this place. Whiskey says T-Town. Okay, you got it. I'm in Midtown Manhattan, James. This is kind of just a few blocks away from my apartment. So it's kind of cool. It's in the center. Naomi, don't do that. Thank you, though, for the $5 super chat. Totally unnecessary. All right. Whiskey. Oh, Yolanda, we're sort of neighbors. Just a few hours away. Okay, so we have this Jasper's place here. Rosé to go. Let me see if this place up the road is open. You can see there's that Afghan place is pretty good. Mexican place isn't bad. Good to see some of these restaurants reopening. Empanadas. Hey, SJ Slots, how are you? Lori, anybody, if you come to New York, please let me know. We'll have a great time here. Hopefully once all this junk is over. That looks like an old school Irish pub. I think I will go there if they're open. There in the distance, that's Columbus Circle and the Time Warner Center. That tall building there is going to be one of the biggest, tallest residential buildings in the US or the Western Hemisphere or something. They call it Billionaires Row, which is 57th Street. Bonsai has only been to JFK and to Buffalo. That doesn't count, Bonsai. That doesn't count as New York. Hey, Tony E, how are you? Yeah, we're doing the bar crawl. And nobody's called me out and I'm just stalling by walking up the street and not getting the second shot. So we'll keep doing that. Hey, James, Pod 51 is right next to my office. I've been there. There used to be a good burger place in that hotel. Okay, I don't see. Oh, that's right, nominees. RG, are you still in the chat? RG Slot wins will be the first nominee. Okay, we may stop here afterwards if I don't catch the ice cream truck. You don't drink, sir. That's a little excuse. All right, then I'll take your word for it. I think you could probably just chug 3 Coke Classics in about a minute, and that we'll let that count. No worry, RG. Letting it settle. All right, Lori's calling me out. Okay, let's just find the next place. Maybe we'll call these people out of kind of semi-retirement. I don't even know if they'll be watching the video, but I'll probably Facebook message them. That'll be Vic T and Karen Baby Girl. They'll be my first challengee. Maybe they can come out of retirement and get in on this 3-shot challenge. FNS, I thought you got nominated by somebody. I don't know. I think that's the big mystery. Everybody's trying to figure out who to point the finger at. And I think it was some Vegas YouTube channel that started this. And I think Claudia, she's on. Claudia, I think you're kind of at the center of this too. So we should be renominating you. Okay, McCoy's Irish Pub. That looks good. Hey, thanks, Tony. $15 super chat. You really shouldn't have. So what I'm going to do with this 3-shot challenge, just to take it up a little notch, is if anybody that of my people I challenge actually go through with it, I will donate the amount of super chats they get in this chat to a charity of their choice. Maybe we can do that. Okay. I don't think that place has whiskey. It's a South American steakhouse. Thai. Sorry, I'm just looking for a straight up bar.
And he doesn't actually have one.
We did a Saturday thing, so it'd be like we'd be able to leave Friday night.
Okay, let's just hit up Jasper's. They probably have whiskey there. It's not bad, Tony. It's a good, you can't go wrong with a good Brazilian or Argentinian steak, that's for sure. Warner K9, how are you, sir? $2 super chat. You really should not have done that. Thank you, though. Okay, whiskey. Anybody got a choice in terms of what whiskey to get? So crispy eggplant chips. You know you're in New York when you can see that on the menu. Wing Wang, we could walk over to the halal place. I think they're open. Hey, Lucky Lens, thanks for joining. Maker's Mark. Slotty math teachers, really? Okay, we'll do it. Hey, Tony, I forgot to ask you, how'd the Mohegan go today? 2 votes for Maker's Mark. Well, we got a drinky majority. Yeah, Tony, how'd it go? Hope you won something. Oh, thanks, Yolanda. $2 super chat. Joy, I love New York. Yeah, I do too. It has just this energy to the place that's hard to get anywhere else. good, but slots are fairly tight. That's good. At least you had a good time. Sorry about the slots. I mean, I've been hearing, you know, when they first opened up, it seemed like everybody was winning, but I think the last couple of weeks, at least from the live streams I've been seeing, that, you know, it looks really like pretty tough slotting out there. So I guess I should be happy that AC hasn't opened up. Yeah, RG agrees. I thought Lucky Lands was nominated already, Bonsai. Hey, Wing Wang, I hope you, sorry I couldn't live up to the Team No Sleep credo last night. I kind of dozed off around 3:30 or so. Hope you did well. Hey, how are you? I'm just live streaming on YouTube for some friends.
No problem. Hello, friends.
So glad to have you back open. They said that they want me to have a Maker's Mark shot.
Maker's Mark shot?
You got it. Oh my God, Lori, please, you don't have to do that. Pity your life for the chasers. Yeah, I heard it works wonders as well. Usually I just do a glass of milk. Yeah, Tony, it's not going to last long, right? We only do this when when there's a crisis going on. Thank you. Okay, let's turn it. Salud. There's the proof. There's the proof. Looking red yet? Cheers. Thanks, Lottie. Appreciate your suggestion. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. It hasn't interacted with the wasabi dressing yet, but it will soon, and I'm gonna be in trouble. All right, last spot. Why don't we go to the Brazilian place down there and just get a shot of cachaça on the rocks? The bus. Oh, see, I told you he came back. Oh, I forgot, I'm on 9th Avenue, Tony. You know what, I forgot my second challenge. So I'm gonna challenge another person who's kind of gone a little dormant, but I think she's still around. It's Lois, Slot Bonus Babe. She is the queen of the chocolate martini. So she ought to know how to take a couple of shots. So check out her channel if you haven't. She does low rolling videos. Her live streams are just a riot. She usually plays in AC, sometimes in Delaware, occasionally in Vegas. There's been about 4 of these restaurants that specialize kind of in seafood boils that have opened up in a 3-block stretch of this neighborhood in about the last 6 months. So Slot Bonus Babe, I think you have 24 hours and you are on the clock. And if you go ahead with it and you find this video, let me know. And I will donate, oh, thanks Lucky Lance, now $89 to a charity of your choice. And how about we end up here? Shallow shots, I don't know if they have that at this place, Lori. But they do have my favorite drink here, caipirinha. Naomi, your shot was messed up. I don't know what they put in it. Your assistants decided to take some revenge out on you last night. Because that thing would have come out of the cup. I think you're supposed to squeeze it and suck it. And then B, it looked like it hit you pretty hard. Bonsai, I think the chat is made a request of you. And the request is to repost last night's video. So the unlucky folks who missed it last night live can relive the glory, relive the excitement, relive the Ralph. And relive the fun. Exactly. We should all just put hashtag repost in the chat. Thanks, Archie. They did, Lucky Lands. Actually, they did. Bonsai at least did extra. He went a step beyond. He did 4. Everybody's asking for the repost. He did 4, but I think technically he still didn't quite satisfy the challenge because I heard he got nominated by 2 different channels, which I think 3 times 2 does not equal 4 the last time I checked. James can confirm the math there, but I always thought that equaled 6. So Bonsai, you owe us another 2 shots. So if you're not going to repost your video, maybe you can make it up to us and take the other 2 a little later on. 3 times 2 is pi. Yeah, so if anybody has gone out to Vegas, how has it been? I'm thinking of going next month. I have a couple of days off in the middle of the month. Just because I have money burning a hole in my pocket because I haven't been able to lose it in AC the past 3 months. I wonder if they're open. I think he's still mixing. Just so you know, I'm not flaking out on you. You can see he's making somebody else's order. This is probably close to, I don't know, 70% of normal, 60% of normal, 75% of normal, somewhere in that range in terms of crowds, people, foot traffic. Yeah, you know, I didn't notice that. Yeah, very few masks, huh? Shame on this dude and that dude. Those guys over there. That woman who just walked by with the bike. The people who have been wearing masks that I've been, thankfully, have been the protesters. Like if you watch the marches, especially in New York, you'd see that I'd say 90% of people have masks on. So that's good for them because we don't want to have a spike of reinfections here. But that's depressing. Why don't we try and get a drink? Still busy. Well, we're just all here. Just a couple of quick shout outs. The first would be just a couple of newer channels that I've interacted with recently. There's Slots of Love, and I think you you may have seen her or them commenting in your some of your videos and chats. They just got started, so check them out. There's Cash Money Slots, who's also starting to post some videos. He's just starting out, so check him out. If you're watching Cash Money Slots, like your videos, but I think YouTube tends to like it better if you try to get the videos longer. He just posts individual bonuses, which is nothing wrong with that, but YouTube for whatever reason doesn't like that. So hey Wang Wang, you've been here? I think you have. I think you mentioned this once. And then the last channel, I think Straight Up Slots is kind of close to the 1,000 mark. So check them out if you're not subscribed to them and you like their content. Give them the hookup, and maybe we can get them to that milestone. So, oh, nice, Wing Wang. What area of Long Island?
20,000.
Yeah, Tony. Hey, GC Shots, how are you? So, Tony, I think I'm going to do the same weekend that we were both there last year, which is the weekend after the 4th of July. That's the weekend I have off. And I wouldn't mind, I was originally thinking I'd only go to Vegas in September and do something else in July, but nothing's open. It's not like I can go to the Caribbean or, really anywhere else in the country, so I might as well just go to Vegas. Slot Pod AZ, how are you? Wanzai likes the GTL girls, huh? Okay. Hey, I'm just live streaming on YouTube for some friends. You got any kind of shots that are sort of Brazilian, like with Cachaça in them, or would just be just
100% Cachaça.
Straight Cachaça?
We do have, it's there, right there. Traditional brand, Cachaça.
Let's do it.
The most famous drink.
Yeah, I know. I'm making one of those afterwards.
Before, right?
Yeah,
Gotta
been to Rio a couple of times.
And this guy knows how to make it.
All right. Give me one shot of Cachaça, and then just give me just a straight, a regular lime pepperino on the side.
Regular lime.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Huntington Station, nice, Wing Wang. Hey, Lady Di, how are you? We got a lot of New York kind of diaspora. Lori, I think we're gonna miss each other by 2 weeks, which is always what happens. I'll let you know though. That's a little more than the shot, huh? Glen Cove, nice, Lady Di. Yeah, Lucky Lens, I think I'm breaking the rule a little bit because I think you're just supposed to use what you have around the house, but this is more fun. I've seen enough of the house after 3 months. Here we go, it's getting serious, folks. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. All right, here we go. It's Cachaça, if you've never had it. It's basically vodka out of sugarcane.
Very similar to rum.
Yeah. Has a slight sweet kind of flavor to it.
It's really strong. And I hate it.
If you haven't had a caipirinha before, that's what you got to have. It's the perfect drink for like the summer. I mean, really good. All right, let's do this. All right, this is for Bonsai's first 3 years. Bonsai, bonsai, bonsai.
We do have the caipirinhas, right? What else?
And a white sangria.
Show you I'm not gagging.
No, I don't have the mimosa. No.
Hey, thanks so much. You got it, Bonsai. All right, let's flip it back. I'll leave it up here. Thanks a lot, man. This one here, right? Cool.
Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, so there it is. The drink of Rio, the caipirinha. Oh, thanks, James. Yeah, it's good to get out of the house. So that concludes the challenge. Oh yeah, I need a third person to challenge. I would have done, it's a slot machine, Simon, but I hear that that's going to violate a couple of laws to have her do the shots on YouTube. So Simon, I guess you can do whatever you want, but don't associate me with it. So I think instead I'm going to pick another slot channel that's from the Midwest, who from Hawaii, I think. Alexander PAC-MAN Slots. So Alexander PAC-MAN Slots, I think he's always like a Wingstar, Choctaw, places like that, Kickapoo. So maybe he'll run into Texas Rose and Tiff at some point in GC. Speaking of Texas Rose, hey, how are you? He seems to be kind of a pretty high bettor. I think he like averages, looks like $5 to $20 spin-ish. But Prada, if you're watching this, how's it? Aloha, and you're on the clock. So, cool, Maluna. Lady T, how are you? Aloha. Aloha, Ovana. So we got this caipirinha. Basically, it's cachaça, lime that's muddled, almost like it's mojito without mint, but with cachaça and more sugar. So, rather than sitting down, why don't we leave it up to you guys in the chat? We can go for maybe another few minutes here. We could either go down towards Times Square. We could head up towards Central Park. We could kind of walk towards Rockefeller Center. You can see how the city looks and shut down. Start looking for the Lua now. Got more mana than that. Okay, aloha. Thank you. What do you folks think? What do you want to see? It is a beautiful day. Times Square. That the Lady Di, you won't believe how empty it is. Unless there's a march going on, and I'm not sure if there is. I walked all the way down to Washington Square Park earlier today, and they were kind of blocking off Times Square, because I think there might be a racial justice protest march taking place a little later. So we'll check it out. Hey Tiffany, how are you? You missed the action. Aloha, everybody. Hi, Slot Magic. How are you? Thanks for joining us. So once again, just to put it out there, I am officially challenging baby girl Karen and Vic T to come out of retirement and to participate in the 3-shot challenge. I'm throwing out the gauntlet at Slot Bonus Babe and also challenging Alexander PAC-MAN Slots. And we are headed to Times Square. So this Rite Aid along the corner here, we're nearing 8th Avenue. There's the subway station. Oh, thanks, Texas Rose. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, the 3-shot challenge wasn't the most dangerous thing I did today. The most dangerous thing I did today was take the subway for the first time in 3 months. So that Rite Aid there was hit by the looters and the rioters a couple of weeks back. So they were completely boarded up until today, actually. So it's good to see them back in action. This is 8th Avenue, looking down towards the 40s. See, there's still some places there with plyboard in the windows. If you look up 8th Avenue, sorry, the building with the kind of diamond-shaped, honeycomb-shaped pattern is the Hearst Building, and past that a few blocks is Central Park. Bonsai, I saw what you went through last night, so that I needed some time to mentally prepare myself. I got skills. Oh no, Lady Di, sorry to hear that. You go to Hard Rock, right? Nah, you did fine, Bonsai. Oh, thanks, Texas Rose. You didn't have to do that, and you shouldn't have. Hope you're having a good weekend, too. So Texas Rose, what we're doing, if you fill Alexander in, if he fulfills his part of the challenge, wow, 91 in Super Chats, more than I expected. Okay, there are $91 in Super Chats, so I'm going to match that and give it to a charity of his choice. So he'll get 91 bucks, Vic and Karen will get 91, and Slot Bonus Babe will get 91. And they just got to let me know what charity they want. So if you could just let them know and have them pick somebody, that would be great. So we're coming up on Broadway. Thank you. No, Wing Wang. I'm probably about 3 miles from Ground Zero. 4 miles, maybe. I'm in Midtown. But we should probably be able to, we may be able to see the tower. The Freedom Tower. Okay, so this is Broadway. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I mean, you see it in the distance there in the corner, it says Stardust. And it's not the Stardust Casino. It's a diner, where I think aspiring actors and actresses wait staff there, and they sing to you as you're taking your order. So that's usually, there's a line around the block for that. That's looking up there, up Broadway. We keep walking out here. You'll probably see Stephen Colbert's at Sullivan Theater. Maybe not. Anyway. Oh, Beetlejuice. And so this is Times Square, where I took the thumbnail this morning. So as you can see, I think from the protest, they blocked that off. Plus, I think the mayor had put out some, just some streets that are only pedestrian only, and I think this might be one of them. There it is. That's 2020 in a nutshell right there. Embrace the absurd. Yeah, there's a lot of walking out here, Lady T, which is good because, you know, a lot of people just work in offices all day. They don't get out like we do in Hawaii. Why don't we walk to Times Square? As you can see, Broadway is completely empty. I think if you kept walking over, even all the way over to Fifth Avenue, you'll see the same thing. There's nobody on the streets in the sort of Midtown business district. Junior's Cheesecakes. See if I can point out some sites here. CVS. I think this might be the original Sparrow because it has Mama's Sparrows on sort of on the front. I don't know for sure, but I just have a hunch. Hey, Heather Lee, how are you? I got there right away. Okay. Good to see you. Cheers, Heather. See, the gift shops are all boarded up. See if we can get to the middle of Times Square here. On 49th Street, if you go to the right, there's one of the best ramen places you're gonna find. It's an outpost of the place called Ichiran, which is in Tokyo. So they've opened up a place here. It's perfect for social distancing because everybody has a divider between their stalls. You have individual stalls. You can contemplate in a peaceful and measured fashion the lovely composition of your ramen. Thanks, Heather. Okay, so we're nearing the Times Square district. There's the M&M shop in the distance. You can see pretty much all the neon signs have been replaced with signs of support. Completely barricaded off. Maybe this is as close as we're gonna get. Well, let's go down 7th Avenue. We'll come across. I don't think we'll be able to get all the way to Times Square because I see a blockade of police vehicles in the distance. Yeah, Lady Di, they're just trying to keep people safe. I think, you know, the protests are still going on. And I think they definitely, you know, money talks. They don't want any more incidences of riots and looting here in Times Square, so. Yeah, I think it's going to be tough, Lady Di, to get over the stigma and the fear, you know, of going out of being around people. It's just, even as things have gotten more crowded here, I still try to, you know, veer around people. Ooh, what's this? There are some police officers there. I will. The joke writes itself about police officers and baked goods. So there, actually, you can see the Times Square ball in the distance. There it is, right above the 2020. That's the ball that drops. Is the picture still coming out okay? And the sound? There's the famous ticket stand in Times Square for discounted last-minute Broadway shows and off-Broadway shows.
The block that he was on was closed.
Just tell him the address was
Yeah, see, everything kind of blocked off. Let's see if we can get a little closer. There's an office, a couple of officers up there. We can catch some of the neon here. I'll show you some of this, what they're saying. There it is, Times Square. Fortunately, we didn't get the invite. I feel like somebody who just got a brand new player's card watching on like the higher elite players like jumping the line here. But there it is. Flag is at half-mast, and I don't remember why. Exactly right. That's my one gambling metaphor for today, since I'm not at the casino. As you can see, it said Black Lives Matter there in Times Square. There's some expressions here, I think, of some support for the first responders, the doctors, the grocery workers, the delivery men, especially in New York. That's very important, and they do a great. They've kept the city running. Everybody getting back to work, the nurses, the first responders. Get a better view here. Believe me, it's like being a resident of the city, I will never come down here in times other than when it's on lockdown, because we don't want to be the hordes of tourists. Trust me, it's something that people who live here try to avoid at all costs. So it's kind of interesting now to be able to actually see Times Square. Why don't we just walk up Broadway? And then when we hit Central Park, we'll call it a stream. Or maybe before then, 'cause I'm rambling. Oh, thanks. Glad you're enjoying the walk. On the one hand, it's kind of sad that you don't see all the people, because that's part of New York, but on the other hand, it's kind of fun to see the city. You feel like the whole city's, you have it to yourself in some respects. So, okay. Can I find my way out of here? Yeah, I know, Tony. There's like there's a ton of barricades here. I guess they were expecting a march, probably. Or maybe they're just blocking it off for the night. Thanks, Wingman. I appreciate that. All right, thanks, Lady Di. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully, sometime in the next 6 weeks or something, I'll have a real live stream with slots in it. No, Slot Magic, the curfew, there was a curfew, but it got lifted last Sunday. And to be frank, I think the reason it got lifted was because of the protests. Like the NYPD have been taking a heavy hand against some of the protesters, and there's a lot of pressure in the mayor to let people exercise their First Amendment rights. So everybody benefited because the protests, or because the curfew got lifted. It was 8 p.m., which is kind of insane when you think about it. Yeah, Tony, I saw something that said, some article that said the governor was hoping for July the 4th. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not going to go back the second it opens. Just given the extent of the outbreak up here, better safe than sorry. I think I give it a couple of weeks personally. But I'm on that Everything Atlantic City message board, and people are chomping at the bit. I must be too, otherwise I wouldn't be talking about going to Vegas, so I'm just a hypocrite. Okay, thanks, Heather. Take care. So we're in phase 1 of the reopening, which means some of these souvenir shops and some of these other stores some retail is open, at least partial capacity, so that's good. I think they were supposed to put an Apple store there, but it never happened. Fun movie, so slot. That's my take on Beetlejuice. Oh my gosh, she has a mask on. Look at that. Look at that, completely empty. Here's the kind of shop my mom likes. Exactly. There it is. If you look kind of on the left side of the street, you'll see the Colbert sign. That's the Ed Sullivan Theater. That's where David Letterman had his show when he was at CBS. And now Stephen Colbert. So hey, Texan Jackpotter, hi. So we're done with the shots. I'm trying to finish off this chaser, which is a caipirinha. And in the meantime, we're just taking a little stroll through Midtown, kind of late in the day. Just a beautiful Saturday here, showing everybody a little bit of the touristy part of Manhattan without the tourists. Even the strip club is closed. That's when you know there's a problem in the world. Yeah, Tony, we got hit hard here. Yeah, can you imagine being in this champagne room and having to keep 6 feet apart from the stripper? Trying to get your lap dance? That would be hilarious. Can anybody even throw a dollar bill 6 feet through the air? Now, if that doesn't get this video flagged, I don't know what will. Okay. Lady T SLRs. I guess only porn stars can go to the brothel. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, Slot Magic, it's good to see that Washington's starting to open up too. I know you, Wing Wang, GQS. A lot of friends are out there. So in the distance on the left is the Citicorp building. We're just kind of strolling through the skyscrapers here. You can see a lot of businesses, I don't think they're just boarded up. I think a lot of these just kind of closed down, which is unfortunate. So this place here used to have a very nice roof deck bar. Sorry if I'm giving you vertigo. This is where I picked up the skills needed to successfully survive this challenge. Yeah, I think a lot of places are going to be closed, Tony. All right, we're getting towards Central Park. If anybody's ever in one of Easy's live streams where he's hungry, the halal guys are open, and they've been open for weeks. There are about 2 avenues to the right here on 6th. And there's no line, so now's the time to get something. That building there is, that one there in the middle of the screen is Carnegie Hall. They totally were, Tony. I couldn't believe it. They were running a month ago. But there's only one truck. Normally there's a whole fleet of trucks there, but this time there was just one. And when I walked by it, there was maybe one person in line. And then I walked by it again about a week and a half ago, and there was about 8 or 9 people in line. So getting back to normal. Thanks, GC. Thanks for dropping in. Have a great weekend. The 57? I think it is. So you can see these buildings that just look like nondescript, regular kind of office park glass buildings. Like that one, for example. This is called 57th Street. You can see one right behind it too. So you can see the 2 of them right there that are getting built. Those are luxury condos, basically. And this is called Billionaires Row now, because they expect that, Russian, Saudi, Middle Eastern, South American, European billionaires are going to, Asian tycoons are going to buy into them. I can't believe there's still 28 people watching this, so thank you. And that building up there, that white building that kind of looks like it's from Star Wars. That is the Museum of Design, I believe. And here's one of the shops that you only go to if you hit like a Grand Lightning Link or something. This is Nordstrom. And then it's kind of funny. You have the light and the dark. So the white tower is the Museum of Design, and the dark tower is one of the Trump hotels. Gotta love it when you don't even have to look to see if there's oncoming traffic. Lori, I think they're late to dinner. All right, why don't we... So this is Columbus Circle. That is the Time Warner Center. That, as we mentioned before, is the Trump. There's a statue between the trees there, and that's a statue of Christopher Columbus. We'll see how long it actually stays up in the current political environment. He's not a very popular fellow these days. And this is Central Park South, which is one of the most expensive streets to live on, probably in the world. You keep going that way to Fifth Avenue at the other end of Central Park, you'll reach the Plaza Hotel, which is where Home Alone 2 was filmed, which is probably where I learned everything I knew about New York before I moved here. Tony, I think you're talking about Maria, right? That fancy Italian seafood place. I think they were doing limited takeout or limited delivery, but I'm not sure. That's kind of on the list of places I haven't tried. So this is the entrance to Central Park. We'll take the panoramic view here. Oh yeah, that's in the plaza, Tony. I think that's still around. See the globe there. Time Warner Center. The high-end mall, Whole Foods. Museum of Design, the Hearst building in the background. Looking back down Broadway. Back across Central Park. Yeah, I think it's still open, Tony. I went there one time, but it's hard to justify, you know, spending $25 in the food court. So I didn't go back. I need a siren on my car when I'm hungry. That's true, Lori. Okay, so I'm going to leave it up to the chat. You want me to walk a little bit to Central Park and take a look at that? We could do that. If not, we could call it a stream. Up to you. I'm not doing anything. I still have half a drink left, so I've been talking rather than drinking. Fatal mistake. Lori, the touristy part of Manhattan is not the place for the good pizza spots. couple places in Brooklyn. So I gotta improvise a little bit here. Thanks, Lady T. So why don't we, I don't know what we'll do. We'll walk up towards the ball fields, which is about 3 or 4 minutes away, and then we'll call it a stream. You see it's pretty busy today. Oh my God, I would kill for a shave ice, Lady T. Lori never wants Asian food. Lori, if you ever make it to New York, we'll hit up Grimaldi's or somewhere like that, or DeFara, and you'll have some good old-fashioned New York City pizza. Oh, then Lori, you should definitely play a visit here. If you like ethnic food, especially, hard to top. But 5 years ago, a friend and me spent the whole summer, every weekend. We would head out to Queens, we'd head out to Brooklyn, we'd head out to Staten Island, we'd head up to the Bronx. We try 1 or 2 different countries' cuisines every weekend. It was fantastic. So this is West Drive. Everybody wearing a mask. Good, good.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah, I know, Lori. That means even if you get disgusted with the gambling, you can't leave because they comp you the restaurant. Yeah, totally, especially out in Queens. It's just amazing the variety of, you know, cultures that are over there, so. I mean, you haven't lived until you've had like a fish empanada prepared in the back of a convenience store.
Yeah, but we did that, but people were like 2 hours.
Yeah, Lori, you at least got to take what you can get from them, right? So this is Central Park West. That building there, I think, is one of the newer condos. It was called 15 Central Park West. It's like 10 years old now. But there's some pretty heavy hitters who live there. You see there's a bocce area there, and there's the softball fields that I used to play before I messed up my knee a couple of years ago. And if you keep following up this way and you look at the left, you'll end up seeing the Dakota, which is where John Lennon got shot. They really did that, Lori? I thought that was just a rumor, you know, just an urban legend that they will tell you to comp yourself if you want too much. Anybody want to take a screenshot of that comment? We should take a screenshot of that comment as definitive proof that Lori Bandow is the luckiest gambler on earth. She is a total luck box. Who else would be lucky enough that the casino will tell them to pay for their own meal because they've won too much? These are the Hexture ball fields. You see everyone's 6 feet apart. He just laughed. The spinners. Lady T, if you go back to the beginning of the stream, I kind of live a couple of blocks away, you know, from where I started. So, you know, Hell's Kitchen. So I maybe, this is probably about 65th Street or so. So I'm probably, I don't know, about 20 minutes away. Almost a mile, maybe. 15, 20 blocks. Yeah, Tony, well, that's got to be every gambler's goal, to win enough that the casino tells you that you can't, that they're kind of tapped out and they won't be able to pay for your meal. It's definitely on the bucket list. So if people had said, for me to kind of supply my own booze today, we probably would have walked up here. Look at that view. It's amazing, right? I probably would have ended up on one of these benches here and done the 3-shot challenge from there. So which casino was this, Lori? Agua Caliente. I don't want to start any problems with anybody, but I think they only got one slot channel there, Lori, and it isn't you. It's by Palm Springs, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I thought, Lori. I thought didn't the Palm Springs printers have issues with that casino at some point? Ugh. You know you're old when you groan, when you kind of sit down and when you get up. Yeah, Tony, I think he does. I think he got permission and he might have exclusivity there. So I thought the story was the Palm Springs Spinners and like Lori couldn't actually film, or they got shut down when they were trying to film there or something. Yeah, they kind of do look the same, don't they, Lady T? I kind of like the buildings more in the middle. They kind of look more, you know, New York-y and less kind of Metro Office Park. That's what I do, Lori. I record in the down low too. They got a very important news. We're done with the caipirinha. So Laura, you're headed back to San Manuel tomorrow? Anybody else have any trips or stories or anything planned? Any trip plans or stories to share? On the channel, you know, I think I got probably enough footage to get through the end of the month. I don't know. I kind of like do the videos ad hoc. Oh, nice, Lot Magic. Good luck. Where are you staying? So when I run out, I run out. And it's not like, you know, thankfully I have a pretty good job. So, you know, the channel is just to kind of share out and have fun with, and share some wins and have some fun with people. And it's not kind of a income source that I'm depending on. Oh, to win. Nice. I have good luck there for some reason, but I never stay there. Which is an idiotic move, right, when you think about it. Well, Tony, maybe we'll try it again sometime. Like I said, I think I've been posting twice a week for a couple of years, so probably good to like the end of July. I'm sorry, the end of June. And then we'll see if I end up going to Vegas. If not, I'll probably go to AC, assuming they open sometime in early July, towards the end of July. But, you know, it is what it is. If you're out of videos, you're out of videos. I kind of respect, I think, MT Slots 21, because they just said when they ran out, they just put a message up there saying that they ran out of footage, and, you know, they went dark for a couple of weeks. So that's kind of cool. They didn't rush to kind of all of a sudden run back to the first casino in the country that opened. So I kind of respect that. You know, I kind of gamble to gamble and have fun, and then the YouTube thing is second. So sorry if that offends anybody. I love you all, but, you know, yeah, the Wynn buffet is epic. I kind of wonder what they're going to do about the buffets, because, you know, they were starting to be real money makers, like the Wynn, and I used to like going to the Bacchanal at Caesars. And then, you know, $60 for a buffet is a lot, right? So, you know, they had turned it from being like a cheap $7.99 kind of thing back in the day to being like a profit center. So we'll see what happens. That's great. Has everybody's like offers been going up since they since things have reopened, or have they kind of, the offers kind of been going down or staying the same? Tony, I get comped at Caesars, but which is why I stay there from time to time. Plus the service, I will say, the machines at the Caesars casinos in Vegas are the worst. They are completely tight. But the service, the staff at Caesars, Paris, Bally's, they're top notch. It's hard to find nicer people on the strip. So, you know, I get free rooms and some free play there, but they'll always kind of, you know, always give them some kind of play, because they're, despite their extremely tight slot machines, because the staff there is just really great. Ouch, Tony, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, they're, especially Flamingo, Harrah's, and the Paris are really tight. The Paris high limit room, by the way, is pretty good, but the general slots on the floor Paris really tight. Like when the big jackpot went there, I guess this past week or whatever, last weekend, and he said he was staying at Harrah's and Flamingo. I kind of shook my head to myself, because I knew he was going to get slaughtered. Yeah, Caesars, you know what? Like a couple of trips ago, I had a really great run at Caesars. And then this past trip, the first day at Caesars was fantastic. And then, but you got to kind of quit, because if you have one good day at Caesars, it's guaranteed you're going to have like 3 days afterwards where you're just like giving it back and more, which is what happened. But, you see, Slot Magic's been getting better offers. Wow, they serve you at the buffet, Archie? That's pretty cool. Offered a sweet deal, couldn't pass up. Slot Magic, if I was getting a sweet deal with the win, I'd totally go there. I just haven't given them enough play. My play's too spread out in Vegas. So I'd have to drop another casino to give the win more play and see if they give me something back. That's great. That's great, though, if you got a good offer. Lori, you're just comped everywhere. Cosmo, yeah. I mean, you occasionally get a good hit at Cosmo, but I think they have a chip in the slot card where if it's they know your slot channel, they turn it automatically sets the slot payback down 8.2%. It's the opposite of increasing the volume, so there's no way you're gonna win. Lady T, yeah, I like playing at the Bellagio. I should really play there more. I actually have pretty good luck there. True, says Archie. You know, they can track all this through the computer. And it's all server-based gaming. So there's people who kind of say, hey, no, they need regulator approval, and there's no way they would set the machines lower, whatever. I don't know, you know. You can speak to my lying eyes or whatever the phrase is, but you kind of know, you know, if you spend a good 3 or 4 days at a casino, whether or not the machines are tighter or they're looser. Yeah, small sample size, but large enough of a sample size. If you're not getting any playback, you know what's going on. Yeah, Tony, we've got to do that again. We've got to go back to AC and we've got to try it. We got to try that Lightning Link. Tony, we got to give a shot to the high limit piggy banking at the Hard Rock or the Lightning Links at Borgata. Were like at 125,000 by the time it shut down. So we'll do that challenge again. August, Tony. Let's pick a date in August. Let's do it. Not the third weekend in August, but any other weekend. Slot Magic, I think all the, most at least of the MGM properties you can stream from. Like I think you can stream from, what is it, the new one, the Park, the Bellagio you can stream from. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna shut up for a second. $7 so that's for the that's for everybody who's helped keep us safe over this last few months, who kept the world running really for the last few months. And it started, you know, I forget how many weeks ago here in New York, but at 7 o'clock every night everybody cheers for what used to be 3 minutes, to share a love for those people. So shout out, much aloha, and thank you for them. Thanks for that, Lori. Wow. Well, Lori, you figured that they would set the machine, that they would kind of, you know, the cynical side of me says, well, they have the top players there for the invite only thing, so you figured that they would entice people to come back. And then on Monday, please be careful, because I think Monday that payback percentage is going to be like, the dial is going to be turned all the way down to the left. So be careful, Lori. Exactly, RG. Yeah, thanks, Tony. Yeah, I know. Thanks to the essential workers, or even those workers, you know, who, like I said, the people at the supermarkets, the bodegas, the delivery people, the people, you know, in your building, the mailman, just the folks who kept the things moving who aren't kind of, you wouldn't think of as a first responder, but obviously, at least in New York, probably around the country, you couldn't do anything without them. So, wow, slot magic, that's fantastic. Where do you play at? Go for it, Lori. So, Lori, I think, like I said, I may be heading, probably, I might as well just say I probably am going to Vegas like the weekend after the 4th of July. Through Monday, Tuesday, like that week, that next week. I got to check on flights and things and think about whether or not I really want to get on the plane. But if you make it there, hopefully, I don't want to wish bad luck on anybody, but if they could please leave that $300,000 high limit dancing drums jackpot at the Cosmo unhit until I arrive, I would be entirely appreciative of it. So go ahead, hit the lightning links, hit the top dollars, hit the $100 Wheel of Fortune, hit the mega bucks, but leave that jackpot for me. Darn you, slot magic. I should have opened my mouth. There's 2 days in a row that I said something I regretted. Yesterday, I said something that led to me having to take 3 shots today. Now. I hope you get it. I hope it's somebody, I hope it's somebody we know and we're friends with, and we're either in the chat or, because it would be totally cool to have somebody we know hit that. Archie, that would work too, my friend. Let's do that, Lori. If we're there at the same time, we're totally doing that. So, just a couple of ideas on the channel. I want to throw it out there, see what people think. So, what I wanted to do this summer, sometime in like August or September, I usually take a couple of weeks off to go on vacation. Not sure it's going to happen this year, to go on a foreign trip. But what I wanted to do was originally the Olympics was supposed to be this year. So I wanted to do something like the slot Olympics, where I would just play a game that or 2 games that corresponded to each of the Olympic sports. And then basically kind of have like mini slot challenges where, like a gold medal would be like hitting the major jackpot. So I don't know if I'm going to do that this year because the Olympics got pushed back to next year, but just wanted to throw it out there and see what people thought of that idea. Like it's just that some of the sports are really hard to find anything for. Like for, I guess, swimming, I guess you could do, high limit lightning, like Magic Pearl or something like that. So there'll be kind of like a bronze level, which would just be getting like a bonus. Maybe like a silver level, which would be like the equivalent of getting like a minor and lightning link. Or like getting 3 sunsets in Buffalo or something like that. And there'd be a gold, which would be, like 15 gold Buffalo has or something. And then like if you hit a grand or something, it'd be like a world record or something. So that was kind of the first idea. Curling, exactly. Archie, I think it's boxing. More like boxing. I'm not strong enough to lift up the slot machine, but I sure can punch it. The luge, exactly. Summer Olympics. So, like I would just be I might put out the community page or something. I might just get ideas on machines for various sports. Depending how much I can get to the casino this year, because obviously the world. I figured I'd just like post 16 days worth of like 1 machine a day. And then I rip off some like Olympic kind of music or something that wouldn't get copyright claimed. So there's that. The other kind of thing, other than just like generally gambling and like if I get a good hit filming it, which is what I usually do. The other thing that I kind of was doing that was thinking about it was a little more organized was stupid slot tricks, which would be, you know, just kind of dumb things that you would do on a slot machine and involving slot machines that might work out. For example, like if you ever played like Lightning Link or the high limit Lightning Link, there's the $250 bet, and nobody would ever want to play $250 spin unless you're loaded, more loaded than me. But say that I took like $50 of $5 bills and I just like hit the wager saver 10 times and see if I got the $250 bet spin. Exactly, slot hacks.
I love pictures.
Or the one that I did do, which I'm waiting for because I didn't have a chance to finish the video. I think I put in my community post at some point a couple of months ago. I did one line on Stinking Rich, dollar denomination, times 5. Piff the Dragon. Archie, keep the guy away from us, man. That was a train wreck of a live stream. I know, I think I saw that. Yeah, so it would just be stupid things. Like, for example, put 100 into video poker, maybe like dollar denom or something. And then every time you get a hit the double up. Slot Magic, if you do the $250 last chance spin and you get the bonus and you hit something great, please post it. That would be awesome. Yeah, it was. How could you have a Vegas performer who doesn't at least gamble now and then, right? I mean, if you're going to do that and not gamble, like perform in Branson, Missouri or somewhere else, don't be like a Vegas headliner if you never set foot in the casino and like place a bet. The poor guy doesn't look like he's seen a slot machine in his life. Yeah, so if anybody has any stupid ideas that you want me to try, let me know. I think I had the Stinking Rich one. And like I said in my community post, I got the bonus. Believe it or not. One line times 5, dollar denom, which was 5 spins at basically a $500 bet each. Yes, Slot Magic, I do the same thing and it never worked. So, yeah, Tony, I think I would do that. And then the other one I was thinking about is, like I said, on the video poker, I put 100 in, and every time I get like any winning line hit, I do the double up one time. Even if it's like premium quads, I don't think you can double up a royal. I don't think they'll let you do that. But if you like get 4 aces or something, I would do it and just see what would happen. Double or nothing. How to troll a slot. And then, but I was trying to think of other ideas. The only other one I can think of is like doing high limit 88 fortunes or like dancing drums and doing one line times 10 or one symbol times 10 and seeing if you get the bonus. I've actually done that before and gotten the, not trying to get the bonus and getting the bonus. Yeah, RJ, they were pretty funny. I guess everybody just kind of like puked all over the Piff guy, but
That's a lot of clearing.
Come on, Magic, we ought to do a collab if you're kind of into this kind of like random crap too. Because I figured this is the kind of thing where where half the comments are going to be like comments questioning my sanity. But we totally, it sounds like I found a fellow traveler here. RJ, have you ever gotten the bonus and then actually hit something in the bonus? Or have you gotten the bonus and like realized, oh my God, if I was like playing just a regular bet, I would have totally lined up all the dogs or something like that? Yeah, Tony, he handled it well because, you know, I don't know if he knew like Piff personally, but obviously he's a special guest and he's definitely like, if you didn't know him personally, he's a guest at the casino there. And, you know, obviously the cross promotion was part of him being able to get permission to film from there. So he was at a tough spot because his audience was crapping all over it. You know, not like he was a bad guy or anything. He was just kind of not what the audience was wanted to see, right? So, and people started crapping over it like 2 minutes into the hour-long live, 2 hour or whatever long live stream. So, hats off to him too. Like, for you know, handling it the way he did, not to offend anybody. Yes, RG played 180 and hit 200 or 300 a few times. Yeah, but RG, that's 180. I'm talking about 80. Or even better, not just 80 cents. I'm talking about playing the high limit version and playing $8 of push. Hey, Susan Moore, don't worry about it. Yeah, you missed the drinking. So what we did is I just walked around 9th Avenue, showed everybody a little bit of Hell's Kitchen, some of the outdoor bars that have sprouted up like weeds around here the past couple of weeks. And we took a shot of, I'll let the chat pick, with Don Julio, Tequila, and then we had Maker's Mark, which Slotty Matt teacher recommended. And then I just called an audible and went to this Brazilian place and then a shot of clear Cachaça. And then got a caipirinha on the side. So now then we walked around Midtown for a little bit, checked out Times Square, head up to Central Park. So we're just chilling, talking stories, we say in Hawaii. Archie, I actually do it now and then because sometimes you play like the 5 symbols times 1 and you're not hitting anything. So just to change it up, I would like take 5 or 10 spins at the 1 symbol times 10, and I've actually gotten back into the game a couple of times doing that strategy. So I'm not going to knock it. Yeah, it's Central Park. You're looking south from the Heckscher ball fields, which is the softball fields down in the lower 60s. And you're looking, these 2 buildings here are on 57th Street. That building with like the lattice work is on 56th. You're looking down to the 50s, Midtown Manhattan. RG, thank you. I've had, I think, a couple of winning live streams, but yeah, you're right. You know why, RG? Because I was doing alcohol and I wasn't ordering Pepsis to drink. Good, Lady T. Glad you're having fun. Lady T, are you still in Hawaii? Ah, California, nice. Slot Magic, it's been pissing rain in Washington. Slot Magic, it reminds me of my hometown, Billy. I'm from the Big Island of Hawaii in Hilo. And I think the only place that gets more rain than Seattle is Hilo. So 130 inches a year. Hey, Slotman Jack, 2 Pelin, how are you? You happen to have an office at Penn Plaza. Oh, that's awesome. There are a lot of us former New Yorkers here in the chat today. Slotman Jack, they did that too here. I think in Brooklyn there were those circles, and then but they didn't. You can see everybody's kind of safely spaced apart here, but they didn't do it here in Central Park. But yeah, I saw some places in Brooklyn where they put those circles in, which is kind of ridiculous. You know, at some point you just gotta trust people. It's probably a stupid thing to say, but I mean, why are we even living in like a democracy? Even at some level, you don't have to have some kind of basic level of trust. The people have common sense, right? Wow, Helen, you're in Honolulu as well? Awesome. Yeah, Lady T, I don't know what the governor's doing. I mean, I think she's in Hawaii shut down to August. So basically, besides the businesses and things shut down, Hawaii is very tourist dependent, and they basically shut down any flights coming to the islands because if you're going over there, you have to be subject to a mandatory 14-day quarantine, which, who has money to spend 14 days in the hotel, right? I mean, their whole vacation is like a week. Wow, Helen, you've been all over the world. That's amazing. Yeah, Governor Ige is like, just not a leader, you know? I don't want to get into politics, obviously, but it was obvious from when there was the North Korean missile scare a couple of years ago that he doesn't have the right stuff, but he got reelected, didn't he? So anyway, if you're going to Hawaii, just be mindful of that you're going to be locked into your hotel room for 14 days. By then, you probably run through your vacation budget. So probably you ought to push off your Hawaiian vacation until later in the year. And, you know, just pray to whoever we pray to that there's no kind of second wave of this. So Helen, I mean, you know, I try to get back home every year on the holidays, so we'll see if it happens this year. Cayetano lingo, yeah, I know. We haven't. We've had some governors that people have issues with the past 20 years or so. Yeah, Lady T, the guy was from New York City, actually. It was a mess. So maybe I take back what I said about people having common sense, because the story was that some guy, I think he was maybe from the Bronx or Brooklyn or somewhere, he went to Hawaii for a vacation. He was in Waikiki. He decided to violate the 14-day quarantine. And so he went out to the beach to go surfing and stuff. And that's fine and all. But then he took pictures and like posted it on Facebook or Instagram or whatever of him chilling out at the beach. And so he got arrested. So it's like, if you're going to break the law, don't tell everybody, right? Exactly. Another idiot. Tony, how long is the drive up there to just play for 2 hours? Oh my gosh. Susan Moore on New Mexico. July openings. Yeah, we're hoping for that in Atlantic City and New York. We'll see. So Tony, was like 2 hours each way, or was 4.5 one way? Because it was 4.5 one way. You got to spend more time there than 2 hours, even if you got to bet like one line, one credit, because otherwise it just isn't worth the gas. No, Helen, I'm not going to Tampa. I never played in Florida. And then, you know, like I said, you know, everybody has like I guess in short, other channels are more dedicated to their channel than I am. And I don't want to, you know, make it sound like I'm insulting anybody in the chat or anybody who watches my videos or anything. And I'm entirely grateful for it and everything. But, you know, I just run the channel. I just kind of post the videos to have fun, or, you know, to have fun and interact with people, and then, you know, to post just some of the adventures I have at the casino and some of the big wins, hopefully. And so it's not kind of YouTube is not a money-making operation for any gambling channel, except for maybe like the top 2 or 3. It certainly isn't for me. So, you know, and I don't want it to end up being kind of that way. So, you know, if AC stays closed, AC stays closed. I'm not going to go fly out to Deadwood, South Dakota, or anything like that, just because I need content. So, you know, people have different priorities. Obviously, you know, if you're counting on the channel to provide a portion of your income, or, you know, obviously, I'm a smaller channel. If you have 200,000 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers, you have people and audiences to please and to kind of keep happy and keep entertained. So obviously, you know, you go the extra mile. And so you want to go to like places, or you feel a little pull to go to places as they're reopened just to get content. But, you know, I'm just going to play it by ear. Like I said, I had some kind of scheduled time off in July, so maybe I'll go to Vegas. I kind of wanted to go to like just the beach, but I don't think I'll be able to get out of the country. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, thanks, Susan. Native population hit hard, all but one local owned by reservations. Yeah, I mean, it's really bad. You know, this virus obviously has hit the people who are kind of more vulnerable in our society the worst, obviously. So kind of sucks. So Helen, that kind of is the story, you know, where I saw something earlier a couple of days ago that said the governor of New Jersey is trying to get AC open by the 4th of July. If that happens, I'll probably go back there maybe the end of July, just because there's like a gambling itch I got to stretch. I gamble just to go gamble, so I'm a degenerate that way. So, you know, maybe Tony will come join me down there. Yeah, that was cool. I mean, I filmed at Caesars, but I know I didn't have permission towards the end of the year. And then, you know, nobody bothered me. But in the past, they've kind of asked me to stop, and I've stopped. So it was great to see somebody actually get permission. Hopefully, you know, given that the state of the world and the economy and trying to get people back in the casino, folks will be a little more, management will be a little more lenient in terms of allowing filming. Yeah, Tony, let's keep our fingers crossed. And hey, Bonsai, glad you're still here. Yeah. Beautiful, isn't it? I mean, I think in New York, if you ever come here, 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, you're going to know whether or not you love it or you hate it. It's hard to find anybody with kind of like either I love it or I hate it kind of feeling about New York City. So, like my dad, he likes kind of seeing the sights, but he can't stand it. He thinks it's way too busy, too many people, everybody's rushed, not courteous, not his thing. Other people just kind of fall in love with it. So I'm kind of in the latter group. I'm good, Bonsai. Let's see if I got a flush. This is, oh, hand in the way. A little bit, right? Oh gosh, Luana, keep safe. Lori, sorry I missed you saying goodbye. Good. Celebrate your family. That's important. Way more important than this. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for the super chats and for all the support. And hopefully we'll see each other soon. Yeah, I know, Tony, right? I mean, I go home to Hawaii and everybody's like, oh my God, it's a paradise. Why would you ever want to leave? And I go to home there, you know, every year for Christmas. And about after 2 weeks, it's like, it's too slow. Why isn't the line moving faster? Why are people driving so slow? I'm bored. You know, I can't wait to get back to the big city. I guess it's just, you know, the way certain people are wired. Oh, very nice, Susan. Have a great dinner. Asian glow. That's right. I don't have the fever and I don't have the retching. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad, as they say. Helen, the Home Alone. don't think I can see it from here. It's kind of over there behind the tree. It's the plaza. Well, actually, no. I think you're right. Yeah, right there. That might be it. There. Yeah, I know, Tony. It's so that's the other thing. It's like so convenient. You go back to Hawaii and things starts closing at 8 o'clock. A Trump cameo. Well, there's one of his hotels. Well, anyway, anybody else got any trips planned to the casino or otherwise? Anybody thinking of traveling this year at all? I usually try to take a trip outside the U.S. every year, but I don't think that's happening this year. Bossier City. Good luck, Helen. I think that's a casino town. Bonsai going to San Manuel on Monday for opening day. Good luck, sir. I think you were on a few minutes ago when I was telling Lori, just be very careful. Because they had the invited VIPs over there over the weekend or last week. And so they didn't tighten the machines up for the VIPs. But when the general public comes in, you know, good luck, win big. But be careful, sir. Lady T, July 12th for Vegas. Hey, excellent. Helen, Shreveport. That's great. Lady T, I may be in Vegas around the same time you are, so good luck. Maybe we'll run into each other. Why is the super tall building so skinny? I think it's just the architecture. I don't know. I think people were just saying it's like a middle finger. That's good. It would be nice to meet up, Lady T. Oh, yeah, Vegas, Tony. Yeah, right? Doesn't it look like one? Although there's two middle fingers now because there's one over here. So I guess you got the double fist and the double middle finger, right? Helen, as I think you know, the buildings here sway when it gets windy. That could be fun, Lady T. I've only been to downtown once, to be honest. The Richard Wilk guy, he's the guy at the D, right? Isn't he like you're a degenerate gambler when you've seen like the gambling documentaries on TV? So I'm a degenerate gambler because I saw this BBC documentary. I think it's on YouTube. You should look it up. I think the guy's name is Louis Theroux. You can just look up BBC Las Vegas documentary or something like that. It'll probably pop up as the first hit. And he basically went to, I think, the Las Vegas Hilton or something like that back in the day. And I think he was like just doing like a documentary in gambling, and he was there with like a bunch of high rollers. And then I think, because I saw this Richard Wilk guy in some live streams last week, and he looks like the guy who was the host of like one of the high rollers on the documentary. It'd be kind of cool if he was. But anyway, look at that. That documentary is kind of interesting. It was him? Oh, cool. A cool post. Yeah, I guess so, right? I mean, that's right. Bonsai, the law of averages is going to pick you up, man. I know it sounds like you had a tough trip to Vegas, so you're going to clean up on Monday. Helen, I don't know how it works. Like, I think they get a percentage of your play, and I think what that means is, you know, the casino obviously knows because they calculate your points off of it about how much you're expected to lose based on how much you're playing, and they get a percentage of that. Although I'm the opposite of Lori. Lori's a luck box. I'm like a lose box. So when I first got my first house at a casino, it was at Mandalay Bay. And the guy kind of walked up to me after spending like 16 hours at the blackjack table. Yeah, theoretical, that's right. So $16 in the blackjack hours in the blackjack table, like betting like 50 to 100 a hand or what, I don't know what I was doing. And then he walks up the next trip, kind of, he calls me and he says, hey, I'm going to put it in the computer that I'm going to compute off your actual loss rather than your theoretical loss. And I said, oh, okay. And what that means is that they think you're so unlucky that they're going to they don't think that you're going to be winning enough to spend any time at the table. So they're going to take mercy on you. And they're going to comp you based off what you actually lost at the casino versus what the percentages say you should have lost. So if you ever get a host that does that, keep that host, because, or any casino marketing person ever does that, keep them, because that's awesome. That's totally in your favor, but that probably says that I need to find another hobby besides gambling. Exactly, a charity case, totally. Oh, Tony, maybe that's the case. But anyway, he said he was going to comp me off actual rather than theoretical loss. So, the casinos reimburse slot channels for their losses. I don't know, Helen. They don't reimburse me, obviously, because I don't have permission to film anywhere. I don't ask for it. So I just get my regular offers. But I can imagine for, some people who do cross promotion and things, they must either get like a promotional fee or some kind of free play or something to entice them to show up, right? Like any sponsor. But I don't think, if you play big enough, I think you do get a percentage back of your losses at the end of the year. But that's kind of, 100 times my level. You got to be betting like millions. Anyway, still looking to line people to record. It's free marketing. Let's hope, Lady T. It'll be nice. I mean, I can see the point about privacy and stuff. So, you should obviously not get other people in your shot. Because I could totally see some guy who's like telling his wife he was somewhere else, and then she shows up at the casino with some other woman or something. That would be kind of bad. But, other than the privacy thing, if people just want to focus on their friends and just on the machine, I agree with you. Some are. Helen, yeah, Central Park is really safe. Yeah, that would be a shame, Tony. But, like I said, I think the privacy thing probably is the issue, right? Andre Balance, thank you for all the help you've done. Of course, I'll give you a shout out. And like I said, thank you so much for everybody, like even at the restaurants who are kind of just doing takeout and who've been fulfilling everybody's orders. The folks at the supermarket, the drugstore, the bodegas, the banks, everyone who kind of helped keeping us from like the Walking Dead kind of scenario over the last 3 months. So anyway, it is pushing 8 on the East Coast. So we'll call it a stream. Thank you everybody for joining us. It was a heck of a lot of fun. Maybe we'll do this again sometime. If we do, folks, we will do another happy hour think of a drink and maybe we can find it around 9th Avenue, right? Whose face, Susan? Yeah, Lady T, I heard about that. The COVID surcharge. I've heard of that at some restaurants. Yeah, everybody be safe. Susan, whose face?
Okay, let's go. No, let's go.
Andre's? Oh, is he watching? Cool, Andre, this is for you, man. Hang loose. Let's hope, Tony. Let's do that. So everybody stay safe. Have an awesome weekend. Shaka, aloha, malama pono, which means take care of each other. And we'll speak some other time. All right. Take care. Have a great weekend. Bye. Primo beer. Gotta love it.